Hi, I'm Monty, but the local baristas call me Big Daddy. I'm going to tell you guys some jokes, but I'm really nervous. I don't do this sort of thing often. Someone from SAB just called me and they're like, "Hey, you should perform at the comedy show." I'm like, "Okay, sure, I'm talented and all that stuff. I have no better way to spend my Saturday night, so if you guys could laugh at my jokes, that really boosts my ego, so hold on. I got these from the internet. Her face was a perfect oval, like a circle that had its two sides gently compressed by a thigh master. John and Mary had never met. They were like two hummingbirds who had also never met. His thoughts tumbled in his head, like underpants in a dryer without cling free. The plan was simple, like my Uncle Phil. But unlike Phil, this plan might just work. The boat gently drifted across the pond, exactly the way a bowling ball would not. Thanks for laughing, guys. Her hair glistened in the rain like a nose hair after a sneeze. She grew on him like she was a colony of E. coli and he was room temperature Canadian beef. I like that one, that was really funny. He was deeply in love, and whenever she spoke, he thought he heard bells, as if she were a garbage truck backing up. Can I have a volunteer for this one? You. Come up. I'm just kidding, they wouldn't let me ask for volunteers. They said it was a safety concern. This is Ashton. Welcome, Ashton, to the stage. Ashton, you know what to do. All right. The ballerina rose gracefully on point, extending one slender leg behind her, like a dog at a fire hydrant. Give it up for Ashton. I appreciate this. You guys are laughing. I'm the kind of guy that, I'm really nervous. I mean, everyone up here is really nervous, but I appreciate when you guys, give me a little bit of feedback, when you laugh and clap, it makes me feel good about myself. So I don't think I need cards anymore, personally, but, who needs pre-written jokes when you can just tell the story of your life, am I right? What is life if it's not just one big joke, right? Think about it. Unexpected events could either be major inconveniences or drop-dead hilarious, depending on your perspective. For example, there was a time, a little while back, I was exhausted, right? And this is a true story. So I go back to my dorm room, exhausted after a long day, I'm tired, but more than tired, I was hungry. So, I bring out a pot, start boiling some water, grab some ramen, as you know how it is. And as I'm sitting here and this water is boiling, I'm thinking to myself, maybe I feel so bad because I haven't eaten vegetables in a week. So I go over to the pantry, and I open up the pantry, and I grab, I kid you not, a can of green beans. And I pull down these green beans, and I look at it, and there's big, bold print on it that says, "Caution, lid is sharp." I'm like, okay, yeah, the lid is sharp. I've seen this a million times. Only a dumb person's going to think that the lid isn't sharp. So I set it on the countertop. And this is one of those cans that, like, the top of it is a little tab, right? So you can open it up with your finger. It's not that hard to open up, honestly. But I'm doing it. So I grab the tab, and I start trying to open it, and it's stuck. And so I'm like, the water's right there at the top. I don't want to make a mess, I don't want to spill green bean juice all over my kitchen. So I start trying to pull it, and it's stuck. And at this point, I'm just tired, and I'm hungry, and I want to eat my food. So I'm like, if I make a mess, that's fine. I'm just going to clean it up. So I start pulling really hard, and I yank it off. But there was one unfortunate problem with that. My middle finger was in the wrong place when I pulled it off. You see where this is going. And when I pulled this thing off, I kid you not, it slices straight into my middle finger, and blood shoots up into the room, right? If you don't like blood, then this is a part where you close your ears. So blood starts shooting up in the room, and it's like Yellowstone just opened up in my kitchen, right? It's like a geyser. I'm not exaggerating. It just spurts up. It's on the ceiling. It's on the countertop. It's on the oven with boiling water, and it's in my green beans. And that's like, I just lost my green beans, so now I'm really upset. So I take it under the faucet, turn on the sink, and I run it under some water, and you know that it's a problem if the water doesn't stop the bleeding. So I'm like, okay, this is actually serious. So I turn off the faucet, and I go over to the paper towels, and I start grabbing some paper towels. I use my foot to rip it off, all that stuff, because I'm having trouble, and I don't have a left hand. So I wrap up my finger, and now it's bleeding through the paper towels. I'm like, this could be a problem. So I grab some more paper towels. I'm like, okay, I'm going to have to get to the hospital, but I can't drive because I don't have a hand. I'm like, what am I going to do? I'm going to go to my RA. It's their entire job to take care of me in this situation. So I go over to the door, and this room looks like a murder scene. I kid you not. This is not an exaggeration, by the way. And so I start fumbling with the door handle, and I open it up. I walk out, there's blood on the door, so it's like legitimately a murder scene now. So I go into my RA's room, and I knock on his door. And he doesn't answer. I'm like, okay, that's fine. So I knock again, and maybe he's asleep. He doesn't answer. I'm like, okay, this is starting to become a problem. I'm starting to get a little woozy at this point because I'm losing some blood. So I run across Constitution Hall to the other side, and I knock on his door, and he doesn't answer. So then I go downstairs, run across, knock on that RA's door. Can you guess what happened? Yeah, he didn't answer. It's quite unfortunate. So I run across the building yet again. I have asthma, by the way. So I knock on that door. Nobody answers the door. I go back down to the second floor. Thank God Ethan Beck was there. If Ethan Beck is in the room, let's just give him a round of applause. I don't know if he's actually here, so you don't have to. Okay, stop. Let me put the focus back on me now. Thank you. So he answers the door, and I'm like, okay, dude, I got a boo-boo, and I'm going to need you to take me to the hospital. Because for me, this is all one big joke, right? It depends on your perspective. So as I go out to the elevator, my friend was actually coming to have dinner with me. It's quite ironic. And I bump into him at the elevator. I was like, hey man, you want to take a field trip? So we take a field trip to the hospital. And I get stitches. Everything's fine and dandy. But when we're in the lobby, we're in the waiting room, I call up my roommate. And this is not an exaggeration. If you guys know Troy Colazzo, he was my roommate at this time. You'll believe it if you hear it. So I call up my roommate, and I'm like, hey dude, I'm at the hospital. I'm getting stitches right now. Cut myself, it's no biggie. But the kitchen's a mess. I'm sorry about that. You gotta clear the air with roommates, right? And so I let him know that. He's like, oh, that's what that is. I thought you were painting in the kitchen. And I kid you not, that's exactly what he said. I didn't really plan what I was going to do after this. She had a deep, throaty, genuine laugh. like that sound a dog makes just before it throws up. Monty out, thank you.